past, it comes to haunt me.
Hello, welcome to 3 Minutes with Jesus. I remain your host, Nwachinemelu. Beside me is my blood and cousin. She's an evangelist, motivational speaker, life coach, and also entrepreneur. Her name is
Jasmine Charlie.
Yeah, today we'll be talking about prayer. Welcome to the year 2020. This is a new year, a new life, a new beginning. I want to introduce prayer, the effect and the importance of prayer as a Christian, as a believer. Jasmine,
Prayer, in my definition, is your lifeline in this life. Prayer is where heaven and earth meet and connect. Prayer is just communing and communicating with your Lord and Savior, your Heavenly Father, the one who created you, the one who created everything you know. Prayer is you in His presence just communicating with Him and really, like I said, meeting heaven and earth where they both meet.
Okay, so as a believer, is it important to pray?
It's very important to pray. I even say, because as believers, we are to submit. That's one thing we need. A lot of us kind of struggle with doing is submitting to God. Or another way to say submit is being obedient. But I've learned throughout my journey and through the Word that the more effective your prayer life is, the more consistent your prayer life is. That's what the Bible says, pray without ceasing. Like always pray, always be in communion with God. The more you do that, the more you naturally will submit. So the more, if you notice that you're in a season where you're not submitting as much or you're not as obedient to God, reevaluate your prayer life. Ask yourself, okay, when's the last time I prayed? Have I really been intimate in prayer with God? And I also tell people that prayer, I think sometimes we, as people, we can overanalyze what prayer is sometimes. That prayer, me saying, thank you God for waking me up this morning. That is prayer. It's about your heart posture, knowing that you're talking to God. Or, okay, Lord, I'm on my way to school today. Which road should I take? That is a prayer. And just making sure that you incorporate that in your every single day life and pray without ceasing. Just allowing God to do life with God throughout your entire day and literally verbally saying it out loud, or you can write your prayers down in a journal. I used to do that too. I used to just write to God. That is prayer on my paper. So just whichever way you are communicating with the heart posture, knowing that, okay, I'm talking to my Heavenly Father, that is prayer. And you're going to need prayer so much on your life journey because each day there's going to be different attacks. There's so many different things going around in the world. So if you're not praying, if you're not allowing God in your life throughout the day and communicating with Him throughout your day, not only are you kind of missing ways for Him to, you're missing kind of some parts of His guidance, protection, and all that because you're not allowing Him into your everyday life without prayer. You can follow me on Instagram at jas.ifeoma, jazz.ifoma. You can also follow my podcast Instagram too, Babbling with Jazz, BABBLING, WITHJAS. I already said Instagram. Twitter, I'm on Twitter at Jasmine Ifoma. And if you listen to podcasts, or if you don't, you really should start. But on all streaming platforms of podcasts, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, any platform that has podcasts, if you type in Babbling with Jazz, that's a JAS, you can find my episodes there. And on my podcast, I have the uncomfortable conversations that people tend to either overlook or avoid while helping you get in alignment with God's perfect will for your life and just helping you become the best version of yourself, and just being transparent about that on the journey. So if you want to tune into that, just type in Babbling with Jazz, or you could just Google Babbling with Jazz and the episodes will pop up. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, subscribe to the show, and see you around.
You could visit our YouTube, Twitter, and also Instagram on Nwachinemelu. On Facebook is Nwachinemelu1. Then on all platforms, podcast platforms, you can find us on 3 Minutes with Jesus with Nwachinemelu. Thank you and God bless.